What's up, YouTube? Siegfried Trelane. And today we're finally going to talk about the Genshin Impact drama that has been occurring for almost the past month. I'll catch you guys in just a minute. What's up, everybody? Siegfried Trelane here. If you have been playing Genshin Impact, you probably have been up to date on a lot of the drama going on. So today we're going to actually break down all of the drama now that we have all of the information. I want to be clear. I did not make a video about this drama because the fact is we were still waiting a reply from Atsu and there was no proof. And in all honesty, everything that I had heard was really stupid. It wasn't anything that was really big. It wasn't anything that was career assassination, right? So I didn't think it would be good to make a video on drama as it's building up, but to wait till it's done. And to all the content creators out there who made videos on this drama, first of all, I would say 95% of them made all of the videos drama based off tech tone. They just followed tech tone. And we're going to talk about tech tone a lot in this video because honestly, I think tech tone is the number one problem in the community. And I'm going to be very clear, before this drum broke down, I was going to give him another chance because I thought, oh, well, maybe he's changed a bit, maybe he's grown. And if anything, this drama has shown me just how bad tech tone still is. So let's first of all talk about the drama, what occurred. So a lot of this drama goes back 2 years ago, and it's just been building up over time. And if you read the response from both Atsu's is 46 pages long, or 43 pages long, and then of course you got 2 pages from Brax. One thing that you will see in both documents is that there was a third-party member pulling the strings. Now, if you've ever dealt with manipulation, this is normally how it occurs. One person in the back, oh, I'm your friend. Oh, you won't believe what this person said. Oh, I'm your friend. Oh, you won't believe what this person said. Now, to be very clear, right? They have not come out on who this third-party member was or any of the detail. But if you do a little bit of investigation, a little bit of detective work, a little bit of critical thinking, you can kind of figure it out. Obviously, we don't know who it was. But we do know that they were pretty much bad-mouthing both of them to each other, right? Like bad-mouthing Atsu to Brax, bad-mouthing Brax to Atsu. And I'm more than willing to bet that all of the whole friction between Brax and Atsu begins with this person. The reason Atsu didn't trust Brax, I believe, begins with this person. And obviously the person got what they wanted. Now the question is, who is this person? First of all, we know it wasn't Tectone because Tectone does not have that type of relationship with Atsu, so we know for a fact Tectone was not the person in the background pulling the strings. We're going to talk about him, but he wasn't the person in that background pulling the strings. But both of their documents on this talk about one person or a couple people in the background who were just kind of stirring the pot, trying to make drama. Now, let's be fair on Atsu. Atsu's a pretty old creator. He's out there, I think it was like 12 plus years. He's pretty big. And just like you would think, just like with Asmongold, if you're talking about Asmongold, just like if you're talking about any other big creator, right? Like Ninja or any other big content creator, right? They need to be cautious on who they let in their circle. Because due to their fame, due to their popularity, they can be easily used to get popular, right? And let's be honest, we live in a day and age where one person could get in and then say something else, and then all of a sudden you've got this drama that is occurring that we're dealing with now. And nothing more points to this when I was watching a stream on Asmon about how they got to be careful. When someone asked if Asmon would do account summons, he asked what they were, and he said no, which, by the way, I think is really smart of Asmon. Now, apparently, I will be honest, I stopped watching Asmon's video after he called Atsu a cocksucker, to be perfectly honest, because he called Atsu a cocksucker for the same shit that Tectone does. His friend, right? And if he's not going to call Tectone out on that shit, then he shouldn't be calling anyone else on it. But apparently, he did make it very obvious that there was no proof of these allegations, and people seem to have taken that as and twisted it to fit their narrative. I remember seeing a lot of videos of M-Tash cooked Atsu. I watch M-Tash's videos. And to be very clear, M-Tash never once in the videos that I watched came out and said, oh yeah, Atsu's lying. He said it was hard to not believe Brax because Brax does not seem to would be someone to make this up. And if you read what Atsu's reply is, it fits a lot of why M-Tash would say what he said. But M-Tash never once came out and said that Atsu did these things. Okay? So it's very clear. Now, here is the sad thing about having your reputation run through the dirt. And as somebody who has had my reputation ran through the dirt by my own family members, the truth of the matter is you can't fix it yourself. So realistically, the damage that is done has been done. Atsu will never get the title manipulator off of him, and people will probably still call him Ratsu or Ratsu for the rest of his career. And it's kind of bull because we all know that that is not fair, and most likely that Ratsu comes from Tectone because Tectone has been looking for any reason to get on Atsu. So, one thing I do like, if you read through Atsu's 43 page, if you got time, read through it, you will see that at no point does he point the finger at Brax. He's very clear on, okay, this is what Brax got wrong. This is what he got right. I could have done this better. I did this wrong. Now, I want to be very clear. If you read through Atsu's document with open eyes and being, not being biased, you will see that Atsu made some mistakes, but he did nothing that was worthy of being canceled. He made mistakes when it came to relationships, knowing people. And I will be honest, it's funny because a lot of people who want to post on this, you can tell didn't read it because they talk about, and they always bring up the same things. Oh, did he apologize for Goose losing his best friend? Oh, he said this, that proves he's a liar. Oh, he did this. Let's be honest, they cherry pick the evidence. First of all, let's talk about the whole Goose drama, okay? Now, I do want to be clear that on page 10, he talks about the whole Goose issue. And he does talk about how he went too hard on him. He was too rough on him. He kind of took out too much on him, and he stooped way too low. Look, we do that. Let's be honest, Goose was living with Tectone. He had a lot of Tectone vibes to him, and he probably, because Tectone didn't like Atsu, which is pretty obvious, he probably went after Atsu at some point, said something, pissed off Atsu. Atsu retaliated, and Atsu said he retaliated too much. He crossed the line, and even right here he says he retaliated too much and crossed the line. I was retaliating, defending myself, and I ended up crossing a line and caused a lot of mental and emotional distress. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't feel Atsu has anything here. The fact of the matter is, Goose was trying to be like Tectone. Tectone's an asshole. And if you're going to be an asshole, people are going to clap back. Tectone claps at people all the time. And if Goose was going to go down that path and be just like him, he's going to get clapped back. And the fact that Goose couldn't handle it, that's on Goose. Now, I will be clear that Atsu specifically says the opposite of that. And I'm not saying that we need to go and attack Goose. This is done. It's in the past. No one needs to attack Goose. He's doing well. You know what? He was younger. He made some stupid decisions. Man, just let him be cool, right? Let him get past this, right? There's no reason to dogpile him. And even Goose's reply, right? He talks about how him and Atsu privately talked. He, appreciates Atsu's coming out on him, being adult and them being able to fix this and that they have no problems. So I do want to be pretty clear. We do not there is absolutely no reason to go after Goose. This is not our drama, right? We didn't cause it. This has nothing to do with us. If they're cool, I'm cool. Everyone should be cool. Now, obviously we know everyone's not going to be cool, but I think we know where the majority of the toxic pot stirrers are going to be coming from. So it's very obvious, he did bring up the thing with Goose. He talked about it, and him and Goose fixed things. Realistically, that should be enough for Tectone, but Tectone, I'll get that in a second. Let's move to him and Brax. Now, it's very obvious that Brax, got hurt and made some connections that might have seemed logical at that time, especially if he's being fed. Let's be honest, like if Brax is being fed incorrect information from a third party secretly pulling the third strings, he's gonna be given little bits of crumbs that are gonna lead him down the wrong path. So it is very, very possible, right, that Brax got these crumbs to lead him down this idea where he truly believed this. And if you read through Atsu's reply again and Brax's, you will see the same thing. They say the same thing, that Brax didn't intentionally lie. It was how he felt, and there are things that Atsu did that did lead to that, but there are things other people did. And so in this case, both Atsu and him got things wrong, and again, they fixed it between the two. Again, I'm going to post all 3 documents in the chat so you can actually go and read them all. You can look at them all, okay? And I suggest reading at least the part about Atsu, reading the parts about Brax, and reading about the part about Goose. Now, let's be very clear. A lot of people like to use all of the accusations against Atsu as proof. Again, that's not proof. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm a person. If a girl comes out and says she was raped, right? Or she was sexually assaulted, and then 30 other girls come out and say, oh, I was too, I don't consider that proof. Because every single one of the people making that accusation has something to gain. Now, it does create a flag for more investigation, but it doesn't mean that we take the person and we go after them. Now, if the person has been found guilty of committing that crime, it does lead validity to the other accusations against him. But it is very important to understand that does not, the amount of accusations does not equal guilt. And it's very easy in this day and age to jump on that train and get a million people to want to cancel. And let's be honest, a lot of people want to cancel just because they're bored. This was a cancellation attempt on Atsu, and Brax was being used to do this. If you take a look at Brax, for example, Brax actually didn't really try to cancel Atsu. Brax himself didn't. He wasn't making videos, oh, this is what Atsu did to me. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. No. He explained with false allegations that he thought were true. And that happens. And that is between him and Atsu. And if him and Atsu have cleared that up, again, that's between those two. I don't feel like we got to go after Brax. People make honest mistakes all the time. If it's an honest mistake, man, it's an honest mistake. They fixed it. I'm just happy they fixed it. And I do hope that through this, Atsu and Brax actually can become friends. Like, I hope we can actually join their friend circle. I hope that they can, I think that would be good. I think the more content creators who can share that circle, the better. But something that's very important in this document is Atsu, again, admits what he did wrong, admits what he could have done better. And the sad thing is, a lot of people are going to take this as manipulation. Now, let's talk about manipulation. This could be manipulation, 100%. I'm not going to write that out of the box. But this is we're talking triple S tier master manipulator here. And let's be honest. If Atsu was that good of a master manipulator, so good that he could do this to manipulate the whole situation, he would not be caught. You have to take a look at 2 possibilities. Possibility A, Atsu is a master manipulator who is just god tier, who somehow got caught, which is quite unlikely if you've ever worked with manipulations. Or option number 2, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misunderstanding, and a couple people in the back stirring the pot, and one loud, bald guy who has no freaking confidence and is the biggest bully and biggest narcissist, I think, on YouTube. I used to think Asmongold was a narcissist. I still think Asmongold is a narcissist, but bro, I will say this about Asmon. He's not a bully. He may be a narcissist, but he's not a bully, and Tectone puts him to shame, man. So, I do suggest reading the documents. They have all the proof. They talk from everybody, right? You can read about all of them. Again, I will post them in the video description so you can go and look them on your own. But the next part of this video, we're going to be talking about Tectone. Now, the reason we're going to be talking about Tectone, Let's be honest, Tectone is probably not the initial stir. I don't think he's the person in their circle that was created all this drama. But what has Tectone done? So, first of all, I want to be clear before I get to Tectone and other content creators. I want to say I feel bad for both Atsu and Brax because Atsu was attacked and Brax was the tool, right? And this could have really ended badly for Brax. Like, Atsu is huge. You could have sent a bunch of characters to assassinate Brax. Let me be very clear. Assassinate Brax's character, assassinate his channel, assassinate his reputation for attacking Atsu. Brax was the person on the line, not Gotcha Smacks, not VXV Gotcha, not any of these other small creators who jumped on the Tectone Dick train. That's the reality. Now, when Tectone talks about the problems with the game, he's not wrong at all. He's 100% right. When he wants to talk about problems with the game, he's right. Whether how you feel about it, he is right on the problems with the game. But the problem is that he doesn't stay on that lane. He goes after people that don't agree with him or people that don't complain like he does. He's very much I'm right. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong, and I'm going after you. And if you look at his behavior, look at how he went after Enviosity for nothing. He could have ignored the tweet and moved on in his life. And what did he do? I got to reply to this. I got to prove a point. I'm a big man. He could have just let it go. First of all, he's not one of Enviosity's viewers. He's not part of his community. Why even check the tweet? And this, by the way, is why I usually stay off Twitter. Like, I just re-put my Twitter on just for this instance by itself because I do like Atsu. But I want to be very clear. I don't have anything to gain or to lose by him being involved in this. Had he been involved in it, I would have been, well, dude, that sucks. I liked him, but, well, proof is proof. But there's no proof on him. That's important to understand. So now you've got these allegations that are unproven. And then you get this loud guy who loves to just bully and hates Atsu because of the fact that Atsu went after Goose for something Goose did. Goose did something stupid and leaked their address. And then Tectone kicked him out of the house. And that ended their friendship. Now, very important, right? That could have been repaired at any time. Tectone could have contacted you and say, hey, man, you know what? I'm glad you're doing well. Look, I'm sorry I had to kick you out. I hope you understand where this came from. I do like you. I think we can still be friends. But instead, Tectone has, to be perfectly honest, has dragged Goose through the mud on this one. Oh, he was a shell of a man I used to know, and then he dragged us through the, like, okay, first of all, I'm going to be honest with everybody here. I have had more people than I can count tell people that I am a child molester. Now, I have never been accused. I have never been arrested. There's never any proof. I, at the time of this, was so goddamn modest, I wouldn't even be alone with a kid because I just felt like, with a little girl, because I felt like it was inappropriate. I had a daughter. I was a single dad, and I'm like, I didn't like giving her a bath because it felt inappropriate. I mean, I asked my mom to give her a bath. It felt inappropriate for me at that age. I was 20. And I will be clear, nothing has ever occurred. And to put this into retrospect, I'm going to kind of put this into retrospect because I think it's very important to understand where I'm coming from. I got accused of molesting my niece while I had been living in Japan for about 2 or 3 years. Now, if you guys know anything about molestation, you would know that in young kids, those signs can show pretty quick. They don't show up 3 years later. I was in Japan for about 3 years when she showed signs of being abused. And the person living with my brother had just been divorced from his wife because her daughters, his stepdaughters, had said he was touching them. Now, my brother, who knew I never did this, by the way, because again, I was in Japan, went around to almost everybody I know that we know growing up as kids, including a friend of mine who'd been friends with me I'd been his friend since the 2nd grade, right? I knew him since 2nd grade. And told all of them how I had molested my daughter and how I molested his daughter. Now, let's be very clear. I was never arrested. The cops were never called. I was in Japan, for fuck's sake. Nobody stopped to think, why did you not call the police? Why would you let your brother get away with this? Because I'm going to tell you, if my brothers touched my kids, I'd call the police that day. they would be present. I wouldn't give a crap who did. I wouldn't give a crap who's mad at me. And I'm gonna be clear. It's not like I'm really liked in my family, dude. The majority of my family hates me. That's why I'm in Japan. Like I get along with my mom, and I sometimes talk with my oldest brother. But I have a bunch of people who knew me growing up, who now think that I'm some sort of fucking child molester. Did I leak my address? Did I go fucking insane? Did I do anything? No. I said, well, fuck it. I can't do anything about it. Fuck those people. If they want to think this about me, I'm going to move on. And that's kind of a point of, you hear one thing and you make a decision. A lot of content creators heard one thing and decided then. They didn't stop and think, you know what? I need to wait and hear the rest of the story. The only person who did that, and shout out to, is MTashed. MTashed is the only person, and I really love watching MTashed because, I'm going to be honest, he will critique the games, but he does not just get all toxic and negative. And I really feel like he got screwed over royally by the Genshin community, by the Genshin company, by Miyoyo when it came to Genshin, by the Genshin devs. I don't feel Tectone. I think Tectone got everything that was coming to him. But I do feel that MTash was unfairly blacklisted, to be perfectly honest. And I do think he did a good thing of just saying, fuck it, I'm not going to worry about it. But here's the thing, right? I have people who believe that, never came to me and said, hey, I heard this. Never even went to my mom and said, hey, I heard this went on. What's going on? They just, oh, he said it. And the only reason my friend started talking to me again was because my brother got drunk and high and admitted he made the whole shit up. And then admitted to other things he had done and bragged about it. And then they finally got it. Oh, this has been a lie. So I want to be, he's a narcissist. And what you're saying Tectone do is very similar. And all the little cronies like Gotcha Smack and VXD Gotcha and all these little content creators who are just riding along behind him, they're feeding his ego. Now, why are they feeding his ego? They're feeding his ego so that he will shout them out so that they can get more views. Literally, Tectone and every single smaller content creator following Tectone, I'm not saying small, I'm saying smaller than Tectone, is following him so he will give them a shout out so that more people will go to him because the Tectone community is huge. And let's be honest, negative communities are the easiest to keep. Then they will subscribe to them. They will give them more views because they just reinforce the hatred towards Atsu. And I can already tell you this. I can guarantee you that I will be surprised if one comes out and says, I was wrong. One of two things will happen. A, they will ignore it and pretend nothing happened. Or B, they will turn this into Atsu's being manipulative again. They'll turn it to make it negative. First of all, there's never anything bad about admitting what you did wrong. Never. As long as you admit what you did wrong and you apologize for it, you didn't make excuses, it's a legitimate admission. It's the legit. There's no reason to turn it into some form of BS. So let's be clear on that. Realistically, honestly, the big pot stirring this whole thing, other than the people behind the scenes stirring the pot, is Tectone. Tectone, I'm going to be clear, is not a manipulator. He's too stupid. Perfectly honest, Tectone is way too stupid to be a manipulator. But he definitely is a pot stirrer, and he is a narcissist. The manipulators are more quiet and behind the scenes. But all these people who are following Tectone, I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of people who owe Atsu an apology and owe Brax an apology. Because none of them did this out of the care or concern for Brax. They did this for views. Brax was used, Atsu was used, and let's be honest, Goose was used. And every single one of those content creators who did that, in my opinion, just need to stop creating content. Because they took something with half of the information, they didn't let anything get worked out or get fixed before they wanted to get ready and execute Atsu's channel. So, Atsu probably won't watch this, but if you do, man, I want you to know, I waited till all the facts were in. Because I knew, as adults should, that until all the facts are in, assuming anything makes you an ass. And all of you content creators who jumped on Tectone's hype train to cancel Atsu, all y'all made asses out of yourselves. Now, you might not feel the pain now, but I'm going to tell you, eventually down the road, it's going to come back to bite you all in the ass. And just remember that just as quickly as you jumped on Atsu, people are going to jump on you. The minute you do something that Tectone doesn't like, you think he's not going to jump on you? He is. He's going to go after you. And he's going to turn you into the bully who went after him first, even though that's not what happened. If you guys know anything about Tectone, you know he punches first and then complains about being punched. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I'm glad it's over between Brax and Atsu. I don't think it's over between everyone else. People are still going to be going after Atsu. I think he's going to deal with bullying for a long time because of this. And I wish the best for him. I've yet to see, like, I know Tectone's just sitting there with his grubby little hands like this. Honestly, OTK needs to kick him out. Look, I know, look, Atsu might be a narcissist, but he's not a bully. But if they cannot see him, that he's a bully who goes after other creators, I'm not saying he goes after the small creators, but he goes after creators that he doesn't like, and they don't kick him out. I mean, like, I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, I hope this boils so big that he gets kicked out. And I really think that when his divorce gets public, which we all know it will be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big enough issue that it's going to get him kicked out of OTK and it's going to drop him out of streaming. At least as high as he is now. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to leave this now. This is the only video I'm making on this drama because I really don't give a shit about it. I'm just more frustrated at the fact that people jump on a cancel train of anything. And that's going to be it. I'll catch y'all later. Don't forget to catch my streams on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to about 12 Japanese Standard Time. Take care of yourselves.